Hey everybody, we are back, and this time we're going to be working on the bathroom. And if the kitchen all went in fairly well for you, the bathroom should be pretty simple because we really only have a few items to drop in. And without me rambling on anymore, let's go ahead and get into that. So I'm going to zoom in on our bathroom area right there. And the first thing I want to put in is the bathtub. And if you're looking at your other screen, whether it's this video or the drawing, you'll be able to kind of keep up with what components are probably going in here and what alignments they should have. Of course, I'll show you in the video, but the drawing can be handy at times also. So with that, we're looking for a tub. So we're going to go up and load a component. Right there, component tool. Make sure you're on the architecture tab. Component. And I know right away I have not used any tubs in this file or this project, so I'm going to go right to load family. And then I'm going to navigate to my computer. Not sure if I had you guys set up a shortcut here, but I'll show the long way first and then how to do the shortcut in case I have not shown that. But my computer, group drive. You don't see this one, but then teachers and students. Down to J for Janota. And then Autodesk Revit Extras. And then cabin components. Now once you are in the cabin components folder, if for some reason I have not shown you this, go down here to tools and add this folder to places. Add current folder to places. Now you have a shortcut. Anytime you go to load the family, you can click this button and get right into the cabin components with one click. I really hope I showed you this before, but I just wanted to double check in case I haven't. Alright, so now that we're here, we're going to be going down and looking for a tub rectangular 3D. So tub rectangular 3D, there that is. So either double click it or single click and hit open. And a little upgrade, a couple of your file is a few years old. And it looks like, was it loading? Well, the tub is something that also needs a wall as a host. So you need to go to one of the three walls that this tub will be between. And let's just jump to this one. And I'll do my best to somewhat center that at the moment. And put it in like so. And then escape. Done with that tool. If I click on the tub, we can see our tub is sticking through one wall a little bit more. Over here on this end, it's nicely aligned with the sheetrock. And we could get into debate that sometimes tubs are put in before sheetrock, and therefore they would maybe need to be aligned with the face of core, and then the edge of the tub. And if I hover there, the tub now goes up to the stud wall. And let's see how that looks down here. And sure enough, that's what makes the difference. And that is often the case. Bathtubs are these major fixtures. They get put in very often when there's a stud wall, and then whether it's the sheetrock or the tile work that is up and around them, that goes in later. So that's why that is that size right there. So go ahead and align that tub to the core boundary or the edge of the stud, and that'll make that right. Next, we're going to put in a toilet. So we're going to go to architecture, component, load a family. And it still remembers that I was in the cabin folder, so now I just go down to Toilet Domestic 3D. Toilet Domestic 3D, there it is. Double click or single click and hit open. And again, we're going to have to do some modify. Most likely spacebar is rotate by 90. And let's just go ahead and put that in about here right now. Just a little space between the tub and the toilet. Escape a couple times. And I just want it towards the tub because I know I got a vanity to put in here still. So as I said, so the next component, oops, load family. And we are looking for a vanity cabinet double door sink unit. Wow. V though, so towards the end. Vanity cabinet double door sink unit. Excellent, right there. Open that up. And we would like the 30-inch model, which mine opened by default. And do we have any other sizes in that? Yeah, we do, but hopefully 30s. If not, just hit the type selector, find 30 if it wasn't there. And here we're just guessing. We don't know if the cabinet's the right way or not, so I'm just going to drop this in as is. And here's where we kind of need to see a 3D view. But the problem is if I go to 3D view, there's a roof in the way, and I could click on it one time and hit the sunglasses and hide that element. That might work. I'm trying to think. Excuse me. And that might work, but you can see, well, actually it is. We can see it enough at, I guess, at that angle with just the roof off. I can tell there's no doors in the front, so it's backwards. So I go back to main floor. I click on it one time, which opens up our modify tab. And I go over here, rotate tool, and I'm just going to snap it straight up 12 o'clock and rotate around 180 degrees. And I can see through the highlight that it's now in the wall a little bit. So I'll grab it, drag it out a little bit, zoom way in just to make sure this is right, and then drag it back down until it snaps to the sheetrock. There we go, click off, go back to 3D, and hey, there are the double doors out front. Now if we want a little bit better 3D view on that, let's go to main floor. I'd like to be standing looking at all my standing and looking at all my bathroom fixtures. But to get a good view, I almost need to be standing here in the bedroom. And if I do that, let's go and follow along here. View, under 3D, camera. We're going to click like we're standing back here. That's where our anchor point is, or our standing position. And I want you just to drag this out until you're in the kitchen here a little bit. And when we snap to this view, it's like, whoa, there's nothing there. Well, just drag this box to be a little bit bigger. And a little bit bigger yet. There's some edges finally showing up. Okay, there's the corner of the bedroom. And way to the right, oh, there's finally a chunk of door frame. And just to see this, make this a little more visible, we're going to change it to shaded, or realistic is fine too. Hopefully your computers process that a little faster. My laptop is getting old. There we go. And remember, we're standing in the bedroom, right? I want to be able to see into this bathroom. So in this 3D view, you go to the edge of the wall, and once it highlights, left click one time, and then down to the sunglasses and hide that element. And there you go. Now you can look into the bathroom, and you can even shift and roller key to kind of get a little bit better idea what's going on there. Now if I wanted to change the angle of my camera, I would go back here, click on the box one time. So when I was in 3D view, sorry, I clicked on the edge of the view, because then when I go back to main floor, it makes the camera show up. And I could now left click and hold, and I can drag that camera around a little bit so I have a little bit different standing position. Go back to 3D view, and there's my new angle. And again, shift and roller key also kind of changes that too. And I am hardly moving my mouse to make some pretty drastic changes, whether it's side to side or up and down. But anyway, now you can kind of see again, just another angle if you like that or not. Okay, next component. Let's go back to main floor. Click off, hide the camera. Let's go ahead and get our countertop that we need for that. So we head on up to the component tool, right up there, component. Oh sure, let's save our project. That's always a good idea. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. And it didn't. So we are going to load family. I may have practiced a bit or fixed a mistake, so that's why it's here, but let's load family. And we should still be in the cabin components folder. And then we're going to go down to vanity, countertop with square sink hole, and open that. And there we go. If it didn't come up, use your type selector to go down to the drop list and find it. But otherwise, I need to spacebar a couple times to get those double lines towards the back wall. That's the backsplash. And then I'm just going to kind of center the sink in the space roughly here, and make sure my backsplash is not in the wall. And it's just jumping around a little bit on me, so it's fine. Just get it close. I'm going to click one time on the countertop. And what we want for settings on that are a length of 2.6, so 2 * 6, enter. You can see I'm working over here in the properties box. The sink location will be 1'3", so 1 * 3, enter. The location to the wall is going to be 5 7/8. So just highlight everything and go 0 * 5 * 7/8, enter. Opening depth is 1 foot 2 5/8, so 1 * 2 * 5/8, enter. And last, the sink opening width, we want 1 foot 5, 1 * 5, enter. And enter again to apply that. And there's our countertop. And we should be able to slide that over till it hits the sheetrock. Looks awesome. Let's go to a 3D view. The sink opening looks right. Oh, backsplash must be in the sheetrock. So let's go back and look at that. Yep, it did go in there a little bit. So I'm just going to highlight and use the arrow keys to bring that out. I can click off, and then now I can kind of click back on and get it to hopefully snap. Sometimes you have to go further away, let go, left click and hold again, and bring it back till it snaps on your object. That's looking pretty good. Now, if you had a quick eye, you would have noticed there's something a little bit wrong here with that countertop, and that is that it's floating. It's not ideal. Oh, and that it's maybe in the door trim, but we are totally going to ignore the door trim issue here. It's floating. So what you need to do in the main floor is grab your section view, and you probably could use either one. I prefer the side-to-side one here. So I'm going to bring that up until it is going through our sink. Click off and then double click the blue arrowhead, and there we go. We can see this pretty easily now. Modify tool tab, modify tool tab, and then grab that align tool, and the top of our cabinet should be at the bottom of the vanity countertop. Lock it down. Back to 3D view. Looks good. Here's that 3D view. A little more realistic camera view. Looks good. And let's get the final piece here. Back to main floor. I'm going to grab this. I'll leave the section view there now for the moment. We want a sink. So component, load family, and we are looking for all the way to the bottom. Nope, sorry, not all the way to the bottom. S. Sink vanity square. There it is. I was thinking vanity. That's why I said all the way to the bottom. Sink vanity square. Open. And I got to go find it here in the type selector. There it is. Sink vanity square. A 20 by 18. If it's not 20 by 18, you can make it that by going edit type and changing numbers in here. Bring that down, space bar a couple times, and then just try to center it in that opening. Hit escape a few times, 3D, and look at that. There is our countertop with a sink in the bathroom. And everything's looking really good. Like I said though, we are kind of ignoring this one little glitch here. Realistically, you probably would have to space your cabinet to the left a little bit, make your countertop a little bit wider, or notch around that cabinet. Notch around that door trim, but we're good. Last thing we want to do is make sure our toilet is centered in our space here. So let's go up and grab the measure tool, or dimension tool, and we're going to go edge of cabinet, center of toilet to edge of tub, and go ahead and place this up above, and then click the EQ symbol to make sure it's nice and centered. And then escape. And I'm going to delete that EQ dimension because that's just cluttering up my space. So I click on it once, delete key, and I get the little warning box that says, hey, you deleted the dimension, but the rule still exists. So if you try to move it later, you're going to have problems. But for right now, I'm good. I know the rule's still there. I can remember that. I just want to declutter that space a little bit. And just OK on that window. And bathroom's looking pretty good. The steep 3D view, you can kind of see a few things. That camera is really slick though. Let you really see shift and roller. You can kind of even left and right is kind of curling in. And it might be backwards on yours, but definitely get a good view on that. And that's it. That should wrap up the bathroom. Hope that helps. We'll see you in the next video.